When Jennifer Garner divorced Ben Affleck, right away she got with John Miller. Well, suddenly John Miller's uncomfortable with her relationship with Ben and they broke up. Turns out, shockingly, guess who doesn't like John Miller? Even though there's this big tangled mess of relationships. It's such a mess with him. Ben just will not grow up. This saga continues to get crazier and crazier, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. And please subscribe, help me grow my channel. I appreciate it. We've all been scratching our heads because Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck look absolutely happy together, and even though he's coming out of another divorce, she was with John Miller, but suddenly they're looking like they should have looked when they were married and having kids. Now suddenly they're all looking happy, even though there's this big tangled mess of relationships. And who's really started this entanglement is Ben Affleck. And he's leaving a destructive wake along the way. Now the funny thing is, and this is not surprising at all, is that it's coming out now that he doesn't like John Miller. Like, really? Like, what? Who? Of course. That's his ex-wife's, not new boyfriend, but at the time it was a new boyfriend after Ben. And who cares if he doesn't like him? By all accounts, he seemed like a good guy. I mean, by all accounts, it seemed like him and Jennifer Garner had a good relationship, and he seemed like a decent guy. And Ben Affleck doesn't like him? Really? Really? Meanwhile, while they had a stable relationship, Ben Affleck was with many different people, begs to get J-Lo back again, runs away, they get divorced, he's all over the place, then he's back, it seems like he's with Jennifer Garner, then he's with Kit Kennedy, saying they're not dating even though they dated before. It's such a mess with him. And it's not getting any better. And what's funny about it too is I kind of assume that it's going to calm down with them. Like after the divorce, everything with Jen and with J-Lo and Ben, of course they're so high profile, and J-Lo's a mega star, and Ben Affleck's still a big star. So you knew there was going to be a lot of attention, but I didn't think there was going to be this much drama. And the crazy thing is, the drama just keeps getting more and more and more. It's interesting, but it's also a little bit annoying because you would think that it looks like Ben just will not grow up. It just seems like he just won't grow up. And he seems like he's got everything that most people would want in life. He's got money, he's got fame, he's got healthy kids, he's got exes that he seems to have good relationships with him. And not only that, but it seems like all the people he's with seem to take care of him. And seem to take care of him not in like a financial standpoint, anything like that, but in a sense where emotionally, like for example, it seems like his mom's probably taking care of him, treating him like a little child, but in a not in a positive way, because I don't think there's a positive way, but I'm saying she's not condescending to him, but almost like protective of him. And then Jennifer Garner, same thing. Even J-Lo, and it just seems like this guy won't grow up. And to not like your ex-wife's new boyfriend, of course you can say, well, you're not going to like your ex's boyfriend. But here's the thing. They're not 20 years old anymore. He's not 20 years old and they're dating this and that. They've got kids together, and John Miller is a successful guy. He's not some schlep that's using Jen for her money or being a goofball. I mean, the guy's a successful person. It seems like they had a good relationship. He seems like a real steady person. And the relationship has been really quiet over the last, whatever it is, 5, 6, 7 years. It seems that he's good to Ben and Jen's kids. So for Ben Affleck to come out and still saying that he doesn't like John Miller, it's so ridiculous. And at this point, it's like everything else Ben does is so childish. You would think at some point he's going to stop. Or someone around him would say, hey, Ben, you got to cool, you got to chill out. But again, the problem is a lot of times when you get these mega celebrities, they're either, the people around them, they're either taking care of them financially or they're employed by them. So for example, even all the people employed by Ben, whether it's PR reps, agents, all these people employed by him are not going to tell him the truth. All these people that he's signing the paycheck for, they might be afraid to tell him, hey, grow up. Hey, maybe you don't say that. Hey, maybe act like a man once in a while. Maybe, stand up and be a man instead of acting like a child. And again, I think that's one of the problems we have in our society right now is men can't grow up and be men. And too many men are acting like children. And it doesn't mean you have to be a certain way or believe a certain thing, but it means you got to stand up and do what you need to do and take care of the things you need to do and not act like a child. To a guy like John Miller, who's by all accounts seems to be good to Jennifer Garner, who seems to be good to their kids, who seems like a steady, successful guy, for Ben Affleck to say he doesn't like him and have a problem with him and all this kind of stuff, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think it makes Ben Affleck, I think it makes Ben look like it makes him look like a goofball. It really makes him look so childish and stupid and immature. And again, so much of the media is I don't understand how they're taking Ben's side on this stuff. And the media is still so soft on him. And, I don't know, maybe it's because of, he's still got movies coming out. And of course, it's the whole money thing of his, they pay for advertising. Because you got to think all these movies that are coming out, they're paying for advertising. So these magazines, these TV stations, they don't necessarily want to make him mad, make him angry, So maybe that's why they're so soft on him. But at some point, you would think he'd stand up and be a man a little bit. But I don't know.